Hey guys, welcome to the 8th podcast. Today's guest is Brahmallama, who, if you don't know, is a streamer. He streams Nioh, he streams Doom Eternal. This dude is gangsta as fuck. How's it going, man?
What's up, Poofer? How's it going, man?
I'm doing okay. We were just chatting about alien NVIDIA tech and how that's apparently Area 51.
Yeah, man, that next level shit. I don't even understand all these computer things too well, man, but NVIDIA's coming up with some next level stuff for sure.
I know. Now in Nioh, they got photo mode. I was like, oh snap, photo mode.
Nioh 2 for the PC is still just a dream, though. I'm not looking forward to grinding everything out again, though, man, because probably by then there'll be like Abyss and all that stuff too. Like, oh, Lord.
I wonder how the Abyss is going to be. There's pretty much just speculation.
I really hope it's not 1,000 floors again. That's like, I think that's the main thing that everyone's on the same page about. Like, nobody wants 1,000 floors again. It's got.
I think it's not. Yeah, it's not just 1,000 floors though. It was like 1,000 floors of the same shit over and over and over again. Yeah. It's like, oh great, I fought Honda 3 times in 10 floors. Is there really going to be a significant difference between each of those floors?
It was pretty wild too, because I feel like most of like the hardest things in the Abyss are like in the first 50, 60 floors. You know, like getting through like Date on like 432 or whatever. Then those like Otani and Hanzo or some combo like that, like around 450. I remember that gave me a shit ton of trouble. I can't remember which one. And then it's like 500 floors of just like cruising. You know, like that's
that's the thing. It's always just like, I don't know, maybe like 20 floors total. I think like the first wake up one was floor 108 when you had Sasuke Kojiro and Onmaroki.
Yeah,
that, like totally screws everybody over.
Yeah, oh my god. There was some dirty floors early on for sure. But I guess you get like really strong loot by like floor 100 as well. You just keep getting stronger loot as you go.
Yeah, it pretty much just like an scale, endless grind, and it just became tedious. I've done it twice, as you know.
No, you're crazy, dude. It took me like 8 months to do like my Abyss run. I swear it took me for fucking ever.
I think what started happening with me is it became so tedious because the first character I did was the Flow and Shadow Dragon Sword build, whatever.
That must have been quicker though, right? Because you must have been deleting things at least. Like,
yeah, I was. I think I at some point was doing 100 floors a day.
I think the
no joke. I think it was
like 40 or 50. I think my big downfall though is like Red Ronin's always helping me out with builds because I can be lazy about that stuff, and he gave me a fire specific build, and I wouldn't change it on fire resistant enemies. So, like,
dude, why would you? The fire stuff was so fun. It looked so fun, man.
When I got to like a fire resistant enemy, the fight became like twice as long because most of my damage output was based on proccing fire on an enemy, and if I couldn't proc fire, it was just like, oh. But that kind of stuff like taught me how to get better at the game too. You know, like learn the AI and the boss fights. I mean, that's mainly why I did the Abyss again from the beginning too, because I started it off like when I first played Nioh when it first came out and all that stuff. I was just like living weapon build, you know, and I got really bored. I made over 500 floors into the Abyss, and I legit got bored of just mashing square all the time, and I kind of stopped playing Nioh for like a year and a half, and then I picked it back up, you know, and then I did the Abyss from the beginning with I was going to do the whole thing with no living weapon at all. That was like the main thing, at least. I wasn't going to activate that shit.
Yeah. I think I disliked living weapon actually when I fought Hino Enma, because I used it on her the first time I fought her, and I was like, oh, I kind of felt like I just didn't get to enjoy or really learn anything. I'm like, yeah, cool, I got the super mode and it just deletes everything, but it really kind of ruined my game experience. So I stopped using it and I refought her, and it paid off in the long run. I like barely use living weapon overall.
Yeah, I mean, like, used it a lot early on, but the whole time I was always thinking like, these boss fights are well designed, and I feel like I'm not giving them a proper chance by just like, because the main strat is like what, you activate living weapon, you go behind them, and you just mash square. You know what I mean? Like, because you're invincible for a little bit. And my build was basically like, as soon as I went out of living weapon, I could just back out, hit a couple shot talismans, go right back in. And so it's just like safety and going. But it's like, I don't know, the bosses have really cool movesets and stuff. I just really wanted to learn how to like dodge in and out of them. That's a lot of the fun for me in these games.
Right. I mean, it's like if we were to play Bloodborne, for example, that's the game that I got experience with. If we played Bloodborne and we had like a super mode to take out Father Gascon, it kind of negates the whole, I guess, appeal of that fight. It's pretty much like the wake up boss. It's like, yeah, this boss will screw you over if you don't know how to play.
You got to react, you know. Bloodborne is definitely a very like reactive. I like that for sure. I like reacting. Like,
it was a lot of fun. Certainly was a lot of fun. And in the same way with I kind of have the same sentiment. If you can just, I guess, trivialize content to the point that you're not even really engaging with the game, for me at least, it cheapens the experience. Like, again,
Yeah, definitely.
if you want to have your one shot builds and that's really fun for you, I mean, go for it. But like, I think I've done it like a few times, and it was just like, yeah, it's funny, and then it's like, okay, I can't like play like this the whole time.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, I mean, the bosses are really well designed. Just to like one shot them and be done with them, it's definitely not where the fun is for me, at least, you know?
Right, right. It's nice to have a powerful build. I just think that powerful stuff in games like these should basically be limited to almost, I guess, just sources of burst damage where you're able to put out a lot of punishment, but there's a long cooldown to it.
Yeah,
which
like
is
a
what
risk reward system, you know? Like it should be a payoff of some sort. Like,
Right. I think Yokai Shift kind of goes in that direction where you got to wait a long time, and I think that's great. But I also feel that right now it's really kind of on the weaker side in terms of what you can do with it. You kind of pop it and you can do a couple of attacks and yokai abilities, and like that's it. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, like I kind of was hoping for stance-based play because you can switch stances. I'm like, yo, that'd be so
would
cool
be
if
it.
we could
That
have
really
like,
would be it. I mean, they had the right idea with the skills. Like they gave each yokai like shift like a unique skill or whatever. Like the Phantom could throw the dart and teleport. The Brute can parry or whatever. Like that's like a right direction, but it needs more. The yokai shift still needs more, you know, for sure.
right. When I see bosses like Otakemaru, I'm like, dude, they're doing some pretty cool. He's doing some really cool stuff
Right.
with his yokai mechanics, man. I'm like, if I could just do that, if I could literally just do that, it would make it yokai shift so much better.
Yeah, Team Ninja just likes to flex on us, man.
I know. Arok and I have been hoping for 3 melee weapons, and it's like, yeah, they've been teasing that ever since we had Saito,
I remember
Yoshitatsu.
him talking about that too back in the day, man. Dude, it'd be crazy if they did do that. I just don't see them doing it. Like, it's not practical to me for them to just like, that'd be like Neo 3 or something. You know?
Nioh 3, they don't have the technology, man. Nvidia's got the Area
Yeah,
51
exactly.
tech, but Team Ninja ain't got the extra melee weapon slot tech
Nah.
too advanced.
I just don't feel it'd be something they just like patch in or something. That'd be
Yeah,
a
I think-
huge change. Like, that'd be so cool. I mean, you know, I'd be about it. I love pressing.
Oh, I'd be
buttons.
about it too. I don't think they
That's
do
all.
it, but I
Dude.
totally want that. Because come on, I mean, and it's even further teased. They got Benkei who has like 6 weapons. I'm like, yo, man, give me that weapon wheel. I'm gonna do that shit.
Tonfa for the demon dances on the backhand at all times, and then you can run whatever 2 other weapons you want.
I know, right? Dude, I'm serious. They should put the weapon wheel in this game. There you go.
Oh, no.
Have every single weapon
Yeah,
just swap real
It's gonna
easily.
be Neo 2 on the PC. Is gonna be like Doom Eternal, where you just swap,
Doom
quick
Eternal.
swap. You can just quick swap.
Yeah,
between-
quick swap. Let's go.
Oh lord, dude! You can just keep flash attacking between every weapon type. Like,
Dude, just have 11 Odachis since there's 11 weapons now. 11 Odachis, endless flash attacks. Yo,
you know
let's
that'd
take
be
it further.
meta. If the
Just put a
PvP
key-
came out, that'd be the meta.
That'd be the meta. It's just so stupid. Imagine if they gave flash attacks a key pulse. Just Odachi flash attack build. There you go.
It's so,
Weapon swap.
the weapon has like hyper armor on top of that too. And if you wanted to, you can just like double flux off of the hyper armor.
Oh my god. You know, I'd be totally troll. I'd run my tank build that can't handle boulders apparently, and just do axe flash attack for days.
I was pretty confused. I still don't know what you were trying to do yesterday.
Look, I was trying to tank the boulder damage, but I think, and I'm just trying to save face here, don't take me seriously.
So what? Do you
but,
take this damage with attack or
I
something?
missed. Well, I think what happened is Rumbling Earth ended before I got hit, so all my damage mitigation was nullified, and I just got rolled over.
I was like, man, this guy's
I
trying
think
to-
that's what happened, but you know, maybe I'll test it out today and just go pure thick build and tank boulders.
I get a front row seat.
Yeah, it's so stupid though. It's so stupid. Dude, seriously, you should like just stack damage taken mid attack. It's so dumb.
Honestly,
it's
I've been thinking about going a little bit damage build on with I like one of my favorite stats, like I said with the Abyss earlier, is just like melee damage on like scorched enemy or saturated enemy. Those stats are finally back in the game, so I was thinking about making a build with those The
I think
classic.
you're gonna go classic fire again.
I might go water. I like water a
Not
lot.
go water.
Because there's the whale guardian spirit has like
Dude, that thing's massive.
Yeah, dude. I've been messing with the item cancels too, so that one's a great one for the guardian spirit. But
Takes up like
it
half the
has melee
screen.
damage versus saturated enemy already on it, and then like the
Oh,
Gyuki
does it?
Soul Core has it as well. Then you can roll it on your weapons and your accessories. Now you can probably get it up to like 60-70%, man. That's gonna be pretty nasty.
Yeah, that is pretty nasty, especially considering that saturate already on its own does quite a lot. I mean, it's like what, 20% just bonus damage period?
Yeah, exactly. So that might be fun. And plus, I like those type of builds because I use my weapons to proc the elements, and it's kind of like, you know, you get a reward for like playing well, I guess. Because in order to proc with the weapon, you have to kind of keep pressure on for a little bit. I mean, there's some weapons like split staff that could proc elements instantly, but I guess it depends on what enemies you're fighting too.
But it's fun. It kind of suits like a certain playstyle, like a theme, and that's always nice to have, as opposed to just something that doesn't feel like there's really anything you can do with it.
Like pretty much, I could still run whatever weapons I wanted to in a way. I guess if I had star stats on the weapons, I'd have to be kind of stuck with them. But I mean, I'm sure, like, 'cause I think you can get 20% on both charms now. It's like 40% on
you can
like
40, and then on the weapon you can get like another 20. So you can get probably like an extra 100%, I think, probably if all the stars align or something.
Yeah,
and that's a lot. That's like double damage against somebody saturated.
At least, but I think I've got the charms already, just playing randomly. So I might look into it. But we got the DLC coming in 2 weeks, anyways. I'm sure loot's just going to get easier and easier to get. I still haven't even got a Yada mirror yet, man.
Dude, here. I'm gonna show everybody what I got just to piss you off.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna flex, but here's the thing. Not only do I got a Yada mirror, I got melee damage versus saturated on there as a start stat.
You know what I want.
And I got anima charge on it. I was like, what the hell?
With one of these, that's what I really need. But I bet you, I have a good feeling that Way of the Wise, the last mission reward will be a Yada mirror. That's how they'll probably give it to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
And Yata mirrors are like so hard to get.
I mean, in Nioh 1, we were able to roll it on the gloves, but I think that came with like Way of the Nioh or Way of the Wise. So
yeah, with the ethereals.
That's definitely the best place for it to be. It's just on the gloves, you know, just roll it on there, be done with it.
Right, because as it is, my gloves right now pretty much have just like useless stuff. It's like untouched ninjutsu, take less projectile damage, item drop rate, and untouched ammo. I'm like, well, this isn't really doing that much for my character. And it's like, what are my choices? Yeah.
There's so much
it's nutty.
out of now. I'm always just picking random resistances. I feel like paralysis and other realm. I like other realm resistance quite a bit, but there's so many.
Yeah, that's really good.
I hope we get conditional buffs back later too. You know, like increased
status ailments relief, timely guard.
Yeah, exactly. Or like movement speed off purification and stuff like that. Man, I remember running like 5 of like the movement speed ones, and you just
oh my god,
it was crazy.
And then you got 85% on your equipment, or just 85% run speed, and it's just like, yeah, I can just walk around. Gotta do shit.
Fucking zooming, man.
Oh no, he got the zoomies. But damn, they did like reduce that this time around, which I'm kind of puzzled by. It's like, okay, we don't have 15% anymore. You got like 2% or whatever for run speed. Like, that's quite the difference.
I'm sure with once ethereals come out, it'll at least be a little higher. I don't feel like we're gonna get 15% though per piece.
No, that much. I mean,
that's gonna happen.
I don't think so. Maybe like 5. I don't know. But, I mean, admittedly, having plus 85% running speed in Nioh 1 was just comical. It's like, come on.
It was crazy.
I was like, I never got to run in this game again, so I'm good to go.
You can literally strafe, like, attacks, like, no problem. Like, you're to run, like, sort of sprint or anything. No dodging.
I know. It was too bad it didn't work for Sword of Meditation, though. I was like, come on, man, I want a nice faster movement Sword of Meditation.
You get the GQ sword or whatever, at least, right? With the buff, the faster Sword of Meditation activation.
Yeah, but you understand, I don't go for faster Swords of Meditation. I want to move faster.
I guess, I don't know, I thought that would technically make you walk faster, no? Or does it just make the sword come out faster?
It just makes the sword come out faster. You still have like a ridiculously long recovery. But yeah, thank God for soul cores. You can just like cancel anything now.
Yeah, it's definitely a big benefit to soul cores and even burst attacks.
Oh yeah, and especially with like the brute, or I mean all the different types, they can perform something at least unique. I'm still kind of in the camp that I think Phantom's overall, in my view, the weakest of the three in terms of what it can do compared to like Brood or even Feral. Feral is probably the most popular one I've seen simply because you can like dodge anything. Brute's second most popular simply because you can do an attack. There's a lot of interrupt stuff. You actually get some motion. But Phantom, it's like, well, you can block, but if you mistime it, you can get chain block. Like you can get so much blocks done over and over again.
Yeah.
And you don't have the utility of being able to block grabs or get out of grabs. Feral just like doesn't give a shit. And then Brute, you can like move out of the way at least. So there's that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for me, the biggest con of Phantom is just staying still. Like you don't get to move around like Feral. You know, like Feral can be basically used as an extra dodge, which definitely makes it huge. But I can't lie, I've been enjoying Brute the most lately. It's just fun.
Dude, Brute is so fun.
Like Feral by far is like I would say the best use of like a burst counter because you can dodge, you can use it as iframes and all that stuff too, and cancel out of attacks and move in different directions, like on top of just dashing into enemies in any direction and getting the burst attack off, which is really nice. I mean, you can't like with Brute, I think you have to be locked on to the enemy in order to get the burst attack off. That's not necessarily true for Feral, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's the same with the Phantom too. You can just have like someone attacking you from behind, and you can throw a Phantom, and it'll work. One other thing that's actually really good about the Phantom is that it has the least recovery time amongst the three different burst counters, and so you can do quite a lot with that. But in terms of it just being, I guess compared to the other two, it's just kind of weaker. I mean, for example, here's something cool you can do. So you can do Merciless Barrage, right, with the spear, and then you can use the Phantom burst counter, and like you get a lot more free time than if you try to do the Feral or the Brute.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
So there's that. Cool. Also, given how late you can throw out the Phantom, I've gotten away throwing out so much shit with it. Like I'll just do like a flurry of attacks and wait till the absolute last moment to throw out Phantom, and that's when it works well. But by and large, most players just won't use it unless they have to with the Guardian Spirit. And even when it comes to Yokai Shift, it's like, well, Phantom on its own is kind of whatever. It's totally passable.
Yeah. When I first started, when Nioh 2 first came out, I was like stuck on Feral. I would not use anything else. But these days, I'm very flexible. I play with whatever. I've been, like I said, I've been trying to mess with item cancels. So I've been trying to find cool fire Guardian Spirits and cool water Guardian Spirits and all this kind of stuff. And sometimes I got to be stuck with whatever they give me, you know, because sometimes I just want the move from it or whatever, like just one specific thing. So I've been just trying to get used to all three of them. I think I'm getting the hang of them.
Yeah, it's weird how I think Phantom is still one I'm not used to. I try to sometimes use it in the same way I do with Feral. With Feral, I'm pretty aggressive with when I throw out my burst counters, but Phantom, it's like I gotta make sure not to be a little earlier. I mix up the timings because they can sometimes be interchangeable.
I honestly feel like for me, Feral is my worst. Even though I like probably put like 300-400 hours into just using Feral, but like using the other two has really fucked up my like the wiring in my mind for Feral. You know what I mean? Like, because like it's just like, all right, I just got timing. That's all that matters. But with Feral, is like I can use this as like to move around and stuff, and I'm not doing that as much anymore. I feel like.
I don't believe it or not, I don't actually really use the Feral for the dodge. Like I only use that dodge thing and like just if I absolutely need to. It's maybe like a 0.1% of the time I'll use it. Because most of the time I'll just avoid attacks in general and just try to rely on my dodging. So it's a supremely last resort type thing.
I feel like I used to use it a lot as a dodge, but now it's just like I try to just use it for like, well, you know, burst counters or recovery cancels pretty much, like one or the other.
But dude, Brute is probably the most fun though.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when you get that chicken bone, man. That is the most satisfying
Man, I was
shifling grapple possible.
I was watching Spawn the other day, and he was like going in yokai form and doing the brute parry on bosses, and it was staggering them. And then you get free chicken bones after.
Dude, it is so good.
Beating the shit out of enemies with that parry. I was always curious about it. I never tried it myself, but oh my god, I was crying.
Dude, you gotta try it. It's just, Fang Break is so damn satisfying. It's so good.
I wish Axe could parry like that or something. Axe needs some love, man.
Dude, it does. Straight up. I mean, Fang Break is so good, especially since you got the follow-up you can do right after when you get the stagger. I mean, you can just like smash them. So what I'll do is if I fail to kill an enemy with a chicken bone, then I'll wait for their like wake up attack and then Fang Break and then just kill them. I'm like, yeah. I did that on Yoshitsune, man. That was hilarious. Kage was there too. It was perfect.
Yeah, I didn't know it staggered though. That's crazy. Like it's actually OP, you know? That actually makes it very useful.
I think it's appropriate too, because it's like, well, you gotta know the timing of an attack, and then you get a counter attack, and it's in your super form, so yeah, I think it's fair. Mm-hmm. I mean, it fits. I just want more.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like Living Weapon takes a long time to build up in this game, too, compared to Nioh 1. So for how long it takes to build, I know people can still just pop stones whenever and whatnot, but, you know, if you actually take the time to build it up through just battle, you deserve to get it staggered.
Aside from popping stones, the best way to fill it up is basically just use and hit with yokai abilities. Certain ones give you so much of your gauge, it's nuts. Gozuki is insane because, I mean, Gozuki as a soul core is already crazy, but if you hit like 2-3 targets with Gozuki, you'll get Amrita from each of them, and each of them will add to your gauge, and it's like insane. Yeah, Mezuki does a lot, but it only gives you one little tick. And Gozuki's just dumb. Ippon gives you multiple. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, I've noticed the Gakis and Kasha as well. I've noticed those will give you Amrita and all that stuff.
Yeah, but they don't give you nearly as much as just like, I think I've gotten like 40% of my gauge from hitting Gozuki with like 1 or 2 targets or something. Ippon gives like 15%.
That's crazy.
It's they're fixed amounts. I think Mammal Wong actually mentioned this months back, and I was like, oh, let me test it out. And then I was testing at the various different soul cores. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a fixed amount, and it is affected by Amrita gauge charge, but it's like you got to stack a lot if you want to make those percentages pretty high. You don't really even need to. Just keep using your soul cores, keep hitting with them, and then your gauge will charge up pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of stats to make that shit go up now too, pretty easily. I was always curious on anima bonus on purification, how you can get that up, because I'm always like purifying stuff anyways. Plus, you can use like owl cores to purify things as well. But I mean, you can get off of grapples and like off the. Can't you get them off of Amrita as well, like you were saying, basically? So that gauge charge, anima.
Wait. Say that once more.
Anima off of Amrita, right?
Yeah. Oh, the Amrita absorption. I think even at like A rank, it's pretty weak.
Okay.
Because if you want to test it out, you can try Saoirse, because she has anima bonus based on Amrita absorption. It's like A or A minus or A plus, and it's like, dude, it's kind of crap.
Yeah, I've noticed some of those can be pretty bad. I wish it would be more clear on what an A actually means.
Like, does it refer to the amount of Amrita you're getting? Is it based on, hey, let's say you use a soul core and that generates some Amrita and then you absorb that? Does that get you a lot? Like, how does it work? I'm not really sure upon that. It's something I gotta test. But if you just like kill an enemy and get Amrita, it's like pretty meaningless. Like, you'll get some, but it's really not as much as you think. It's like, oh, hey, 0.1 or 0.2, and I'm like, dude, this is pretty shit. Even with like extraction talisman, you're like, what the hell is this?
So Gozuki just gives straight anima then, huh? Like you said, just gives a bunch.
Well, yeah, it gives a bunch of the Amrita gauge charge.
Okay.
Every soul core gives a fixed amount, so you'll notice.
Sorry, I'm confusing myself. You're talking about building the living weapon. I see.
Yeah, but even if you're trying to get Gozuki doesn't give anima like just straight back. None of the soul cores do, but, well, including some. But They will all charge your gauge. Every single soul core will charge your gauge no matter what. Different percentages, yes. And Gozuki is Gozuki is already crazy powerful in terms of what it does, but to have it also generate a ton of gauge is nuts too.
I see what you're saying now, for sure.
What soul cores are your favorites?
Oh man, to be honest, I try not to use soul cores like too much. I mean, I've been messing with the item cancel stuff, but I always loved Dweller, and like Dweller and Skeleton Warrior core were two that I always liked a lot, just because they're just quick, you know, like you just throw it out and you can keep moving pretty much, you know. And the Skeleton Warrior core is great for the range, and Dweller was great for locking humans down. Like you could really loop like humans to death, like with charging bowl and all kinds of stuff. But for the most part, I try to just like play with my weapons and skills, you know. I still play this game a lot like Nioh 1, I feel like.
Yeah, I've been trying to as well. I know right now with the way Flux 2 is, it can be a little difficult to do so. So I've been relying more and more on yokai abilities to keep the flow going, you know?
Yeah.
But I have kind of resigned myself. I don't know if resigned is the appropriate word, but I've certainly grown to love soul cores in general. They allow me to do things that I just would not be able to do. And for any of my lovely fans, yes, I love spamming Epone, man. If we can have an Epone cosplay, you know I'm gonna freaking do it.
Yeah, man. Like I don't think I've ever used Epone once, honestly. Like I haven't really branched out much with many soul cores.
Dude, that's blasphemy, man. Get off this podcast.
I know, right? No, I think I've told Kage too, man. I'm not a big fan of Ipon. Well, like it's it's too free of a stagger to me as well.
It really is. It's like, way too free of a stagger.
Like
I actually like it.
Like I really do enjoy like enemy movesets and dodging through them and all that kind of stuff. And Ipon is just like, it's my turn now. You know?
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely think that. So there are many soul cores that have the stagger effect, but like you said, Epon's is way too free.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love what you guys do with Ipon, though. I mean, because you guys make smart use of it too. I didn't even really think of it actually lifting you in the air and dodging some like ground AoEs and stuff like that. You know, I've seen people use it to dodge attacks pretty much as well, which is really smart. I mean, the move does look badass on its own too. I definitely can't hate on it, but it's just not something I would use much, I guess.
No, I feel you on that. I've been trying to phase out Epone most of the time in favor of Aberrant Soldier, mostly because there's multiple reasons I use Epone. I mean, one, it is really powerful, but I use it more so for, like you said, avoiding ground sweeps. It's just a fast core in general. That's kind of what it is. It also does a modest amount of key damage. I think the key damage it does is pretty fair. Again, the biggest issue is just it staggers everything way too easily. Mm-hmm. So it's just Stagger King.
I mean, to be fair, Ipon used to be way more OP. They definitely toned it down. So like, it used to just like...
they did tone it down, but I still think it needs to be toned down even now.
Yeah, they could probably use a little more. But, you know.
Yeah, just the stagger. But Aberrant, what I really like about it, and I'm glad that they actually improved it, is it's another really quick recovery one. And what's nice about it is that it will basically make you it'll force you to look at your target. So if I let's say my character's looking towards the screen and I'm kind of low on key and I don't want to have to reposition, I just use the Aberrant Soldier Soul Core and then it'll face me right to the target. And then
that's really good tracking.
Quick recovery. That's really good on that realm.
I've noticed that too. It's like 180'd me completely before for sure.
And that's the biggest appeal for me in all honesty. It's overall quick recovery. The projectile I don't really care for, but it's just nice. It's like a quick little attack that I can do. It doesn't feel overpowered, and it's just overall really good for me. So I like that. And then the other one that I've used, which I think overall is powerful but fair, is the Magatsu Warrior.
Yeah, I've seen you use that one a lot.
Yeah, I think it's really flexible because you've got the two stages, right? That you can do it. You can do the 6 anima version or the 9 anima version. Yeah. But really, it's like if you're going to commit to the 9 anima version, you are stuck in an animation for a long time. So it's high risk, high reward. The reward being if you're close to a target, man, you can shred their key, but you got to be up close to do it.
You usually use it when they're out of key. And do you get a full charge off every time, or do you usually just go for the 6 charge? I haven't used it much myself, so I can't notice the difference, you know?
Well, me being me, I pretty much always go for the full charge. I will push this game to its limits because
that's smart to use it when they're out of key. Then so that's what I figured.
And because of life recovery from Amrita absorption, Magatsu just already generates a ton of Amrita as it is.
Does that Magatsu core or no?
Say what?
Is that stat on the Magatsu core?
No. Magatsu in of itself has active skill damage, anima charge bonus, cumulative damage. So it actually has the same anima bonus that feral guardian spirits have. So it pairs really well on brutes and phantoms because it's like, hey, you got the benefits of a feral core. So it's really good. But what makes it insane, as I was saying, is if you have life recovery from Amrita absorption on any of your equipment pieces, and you use this Magatsu on an out-of-key yokai, you'll generate so much Amrita, just like little bits, and you'll get like so much life back, which is why I put it on the tanky character that can't handle a freaking boulder. Sorry, it can't handle a rock.
Yeah, it will. I believe in you, man. It'll happen.
But it's really cool to see how most of these soul cores have some unique ability or unique perks, and there's lots of synergistic effects. As you were saying, Dwellers is highly underrated, and it's just really damn good in general. Yeah. It just screws enemies over. It's nice to layer in attacks while things are happening from the Dweller, and it just flows really well too. Even the Skeleton Warrior has an interesting synergy in which you can get a certain portion of your anima refunded just because it qualifies as a ranged weapon hit. And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool.
Sometimes on humans, it'll just fucking drop. That shit always.
Yeah, that too. It's really cool.
I was gonna say, I also like the Umibozu core. Like that one reminds me of Aberrant quite a bit. It's just nice and quick. It'll like 180 you if need be. It's got a really
that one's really good. It's just such a short recovery time too. Yeah. It's just like
you could spam them like back to back if you wanted to. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it only costs 3. It's really good.
It's good old llama spit, you know.
Yeah, the llama spit. But that's why you need the toxic slime, man.
Yeah, the poison spit. Oh, I didn't even think about that, man.
The lesser Umibozu's yokai ability is called Spitball.
Yeah, I think that's why I went with that one.
So good.
Actually, even Spitball.
Let me see what the toxic slime one is called. Come on, where are you at? Where's the damn toxic slime? I didn't get rid of it, did I? I'm not an idiot. Okay, I am an idiot, but where would it be? Here's Tesso. Offensive odor.
As well.
Like how the Tessos is called offensive odor. Like, yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm pretty sure Tesso was one of the first soul cores I ever used because it was like in the beta or whatever, or the last chance demo, I think. Oh,
yeah.
It's called Vile Venom. That's what the talk.
Vile Venom.
Yeah.
Is it now? Okay.
Yeah, I think so many different types. Spitball is the better fit.
It is the better fit. Yeah. It's cool though. I mean, you have so many different things you can do with so many different soul cores, many different ways to play, and I'm just really glad that they added an entire extra dimension to this game.
Yeah, it's crazy. I really wasn't expecting it.
I wasn't either. I was actually pretty hesitant about it. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I just want to play like Nioh 1. And then I saw how G-Soul was playing in Combo Map, what was it, 5 or 6 or whatever? I'm like, damn, man, he makes that look so damn appealing. All right, I got to try it.
Well, that
now I can't go back.
Fucking with the kabuki walk or whatever. What's it called? Into the wall, into the test.
Yeah. And then he did Phantom Burst. I'm like, dude, what a god.
That shit is perfect. That's all. That was like the first 5 seconds of the video. That's all I needed to see, man. That's quality.
That's quality, yeah.
But yeah, man, yeah, soul cores are crazy. Like I said, I love pressing the buttons, and they gave us all the more buttons. Like I didn't think we could press more buttons in this game.
They're gonna hitting. Soon it's gonna be DMC.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, you know the suggestions
at this point is air juggling, right? Like that's the beginning of it all.
Unless you're Wisteria, who's already done air juggles with the Magatsu. Just like, all right, retrograde flow, throw an enemy up, and then hey, let me just do Magatsu 9. Supercharged, and it's just like, yeah, keep that enemy state in the air.
I still I still wish that shit never got patched back in the day when I guess I think XLH made it like the Nioh 1 beta where he was juggling enemies like crazy, you know, like just off one ledge. And it was so beautiful, man. It was like that video was like seared into my brain from the first time I watched it. It was just like it made Nioh in a way. Like I was like, holy shit, this game has so much potential. Like
got the juggles. We got the juggling simulator going on.
This guy's literally just beating up one enemy over and over again. He's done like 7 different juggling combos in like 2 minutes. You know, it's crazy.
It is like, pretty crazy.
I had no idea how to play the game back then. To me, back then, I was like, not even possible. But if it was still around today, dude, I'd be having so much fun with it. Like, no doubt. Do you remember how
I know you'd
bully Okatsu in Nioh 1? Because she used to kind of be juggled. You know?
Yeah, I used to do like Chidori on her to get her like way in the air. It was pretty funny.
And then I juggled Matsunaga so as we could do that too in the last chance demo. I made that video as well.
Yeah. It's a lot of funny stuff. Like one thing that I did with the Tesso Soul Core, this was so disrespectful. It was against just like a human sword enemy. What did I do exactly? I think I did composure. Yeah, I did barehanded parry composure into Tesso, and then the guy was charging up a quick draw, and then I did haze. Or something like that. I'm like, dude, this is pure disrespect.
That's why we need PvP, man. Can you imagine doing that to someone in PvP?
Dude, that ultimate disrespect. I'm like, yeah, nice try, buddy.
Just bare hand clap him, dude, and then fart on him. Yeah.
I know, man. Like, catch these hands.
Oh, man. I still hope PvP is going to be a thing for Nioh 2. I know a lot of people don't care for it, but I think it'd be so much fun. I mean, we know Nioh 1 was a laggy mess, but I think it'd still be a lot of fun.
I think it would be a lot of fun, and I think for those who aren't even necessarily that interested in PvP, there's also an ancillary benefit to it, and that is simply that the game will be balanced also according to that too. So certain abilities that don't have enough oomph for certain abilities that are way too busted would be adjusted, which I think is a good thing. You know, what I'm honestly hoping for when it comes to PvP. That's why I personally want it back. Like, yeah, sure, I'll dabble in PvP and it'll be fun, but Nioh's pretty much just been a PvE thing for me. But yeah, dude, PvP totally welcome in a game like this. I don't see why they shouldn't add another way to play the game. Like, if they can do it, go for it.
I feel like by the time I actually got good at this game, the PvP scene was kind of dead. So it'd be nice to like jump into it when it's fresh and active. So I'm pretty sure they said it was going to happen, right? like when the game was first coming out, they said PvP, Abyss, and all this stuff was part of it.
I mean, the Abyss for sure. I don't know about PvP, but again, that's because I didn't necessarily focus on it myself, so I can't say.
Yeah. And to be fair, you know, with the whole pandemic and all this stuff, things like that could be pushed back or even canceled. So who knows?
Right. But you know what the surprising thing is? If you take a look at the timeline of how they've been doing their work, considering they had the pandemic, the first really DLC came out 4.5 months after initial release, right? And then in DLC 1 and DLC 2, 2.5 months. So nearly half the time. And keep in mind, they've been playing catch up, man.
Yeah.
A lot of work they've had to do and a lot of things they've had to address. So the fact that they're getting DLC 2 out
off of these two, which is crazy. The claws look absolutely amazing, by the way. I cannot wait. I've been wanting I've been wanting a hand-to-hand weapon in Nioh like forever. I'm probably gonna like just play claws for a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do too. I think we're all gonna try claws. I mean, I'll probably just go claws split staff just because it's the new stuff and whatnot. Yeah. But makes me wonder, will they have a 12th weapon? I don't know what that would be, because I was thinking for the longest time, like, hey, maybe they could have like flails and claws, since those are two archetypes that they could pull from Ninja Gaiden. But again, my thinking is fairly limited in scope, and so I only see what's available from there. But now it's like, well, they're doing claws, but they're doing a kick-ass claws version, so what's next?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So at some point, I think I heard that there were only going to be 2 weapons, right? Is there a 3rd weapon planned for the 3rd DLC?
I don't think so. I think if I think they've just. I remember they were saying they kind of like were running out of ideas. I'm like, I can kind of see why you guys are going to have 11 different weapons, but it might just be 2.
I feel like they should just put some focus into doing like a universal skill for each weapon. You know, like 1 or 2 at least, like they did with Nioh 1 towards the end. That's how we got like Flowing Shadow and Mortal Flow and Raijin and all these skills. They just put them into the game with the DLC, you know what I mean? Not like hidden skills. Like I know.
Yeah, just like, hey, here's some new skills. Like, yeah, exactly. Like it was with Flowing Shadow.
The DLC, here's your new skills. You know, like we need some of that pretty much. Like
yeah,
because the hidden skills can be so like boss specific and weapon specific. Like I feel like all the weapons should get some love with each update. They all need some.
Yeah, I hope so too. Even if it's just like one new thing, and then like, hey, here's an extra hidden skill. But again, I don't know. I've talked about this in many of my other podcasts, but like, if you look at like some of the screens of some of the skills, like trees and whatnot, it does seem like there's open spots for like potential skills. I have no idea if that's actually going to be a thing, but I hope so. Like for hatchets, for example, it's like, well, could there be, I don't know, like, let me see, like 3-4 skills in mid stance that they add? I'm like, that'd be kind of freaking neat. You know,
mid-stand skills. Oh Lord, I don't know, man. I think we have enough mid-stand skills. I love the hatchets. Don't get me wrong, but there's too many triangle enders in mid-stance, man.
Yeah, there are. But I'm saying, wouldn't it be cool if they had like square enders, for example?
Yeah. Like, there's definitely so much more they could do.
But if you're looking at the hatchets, right? Like for example, I think this is the way they've organized it. Stuff on the right side is pretty much just general, applies to all stances more or less. There's no stance specificity. The north side stuff is high stance, left side mid stance, bottom side is low stance. But like if you look at let's say all arounder stuff, so on the right side it's like, well, I see one node kind of in the middle of Advancing Storm and Deadly Spiral. Maybe there's potential for a skill to be there. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you see like
definitely see what you're talking about. Like there's like
see like just like those little empty circles. It looks like there's empty circles there. Like something's gonna be put in there. It's like, well, if nothing was going to be put in there, why would they put that little circle there? You know? So it's like maybe it's going to be, I don't know, 2 different sheathing abilities or different other things. If you look at high stance, it's like, well, how many could they have? Looks like 1, 2, maybe 3. Yeah. I don't know. Like 3 high stance things, that'd be cool.
Here, so at least like and some passives, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's not just passives. That'd be really sad.
I'd be really surprised if they gave us like according to every circle, it'd be like 9 new skills for the hatchets or something.
Dude, that'd be sick though, wouldn't that? That'd be whatever. That's what everybody wants.
I would love it, but that's like,
dude, I'd love it. I'm like, please do it. That's my dream, man. Give me 3 new skills in low stance.
Working late nights, they're working like 15-hour days to get all our skills in.
Yo, man, that's what we pay you for. Do the job. I'm sure, though, that they've probably are like, I'm sure they're going to have more. They got to. That's something everybody wants, no matter who they are. It's like, we want more skills. I'm like, yep, that's universal.
I just want it to somehow lead to Axe having a better parry. That's all. That's all I really want.
Dude, the Axe... Well, we got 1 hidden skill for Axe, and it's it's cool. Spirit Storm's cool and all, but it's like, yo, it's pretty bad.
I mean, in reality, like bolting bore should just be on the Axe. That's what I think. That's how it should be, man. That's that's just facts.
I agree. No, I totally agree, man. I mean, bolting bore. Yeah, okay.
Enough, dude. Odachi does not need more shit. Axe, I don't know, man. I think you could use some love, dude. I think bolting bore would be like the perfect thing for the Axe, you know? But
oh yeah, I mean, it should just be like, hey, this thing can parry Yokai, timely guard with the Axe, parry Yokai, and then do a lumber chop or rumbling earth.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, dude, you know, it's something that I knew about it, but I didn't really feel the effects of bolting bore. Until I think it was the most recent stream. You can bolting bore pretty much everything a Namahage does. And I mean literally everything.
The AoE,
grab
everything, dude.
I was like, what? I can bolting bore its grab? What the shit? Oh, I can bolting bore its burst attack. I can bolting bore its wake up attack. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man.
I think that's what I really got. Like, a lot of things don't surprise me with bolting bore, but when you can literally bolting bore the yokai pull he drops on the ground, that's pretty much what you're doing. You know?
I know. I'm like, what is this, man?
Come on, man.
I'm like, yeah, that needs to be fixed because that's pretty stupid.
I really don't think Team Ninja's gonna touch it. They like it. I feel like they like it just the way it is. It feels very intentional.
Next video from all the build content creators. Bolting board build.
Oh god.
One button play, just never take damage, parry everything.
Yeah, I don't know if I've said this yet, too. I'm really glad with the direction they took with Ben Zaitin's Grace, man. I think it's smart because I feel like so many of these one-shot builds are like so catered towards just a single skill on a weapon when the weapon has like so many, like at least like I know you've done videos with Nioh Masa with 20 plus skills used, right? Like in a single fight.
Yeah. I was like so obsessed. I'm like obsessed with that.
Stance, one skill, you know what I mean? Like, oh dude, I love that fight back in the day. That was like when I first kind of met you. You were always fighting Nioh Masa.
Yeah, man. Yukiona, Nioh Masa, Tachibana, same shit all the time. I was like, all right,
grind, dude.
Yeah, that's what it was about. But yeah, I do like Ben Zaitin's Grace. The idea I think is great.
Like 9 stacks, you have to use other stances. There's no way you're going to use 9 skills in a single stance. You know what I mean? I think it's smart.
Right. I think it is. I think it's really good.
From what I could tell, it seems like people are enjoying it too. So that's good. I think that's really. Because I think that'll like push for creativity in players. Because like now it's like,
right.
What 9 skills am I going to use on what weapon? You know, what weapon do I even like 9 skills on?
Right. It's like, well, with axe, it's pretty much impossible. Right? I mean,
it's just Titanic strength and lumberjack.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. How many skills does axe have? I have to actually take a look. How many different ones? Because I try to go
one. Like that repeat with the axe. I feel like I don't know.
Let's see what I got.
I did 2 stances. I guess like Cloud Crush and Rumbling Earth.
Did you get Sacred Bird Cry from Yoshitsune yet?
Oh, did you put that on axe? I really don't like using that on anything else besides katana because it just feels like a katana attack. I know you're using your dagger or whatever, your Sahaya dagger, but it just looks like a katana attack to me. I can literally.
Yeah, it totally does, but I can't replace Sword of Meditation, man. You know I can't do that.
I took it off.
But let's see. I actually have, I think, one skill per slot, so I could actually do Ben Zaitin's with axe. Lumber Chop, Heaven as Earth, Bear's Bane, Tiger's Tri-Spark, Southpaw, Sacred Bird Cry, Spirit Wind, Stone Mallet, Rumbling Earth, Cloud Crush, and Titanic Strength. Yeah, I could do it with just axe.
Roar, man, you got to use the roar. I'm joking.
I do need to use the roars. I'm seeing it.
That's good shit. See, that's why we gotta do Imagawa Die Hard, man. That's where the sweat.
We are gonna do Imagawa Die Hard, man. I'm just gonna do axe and then just mad. Should I just do Mad Spinner? No, I'm doing Rumbling Earth. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Animation takes like 3 years.
You're on a new mission now, man.
Right.
Maybe I'll go spinning around.
Just go spinning around. I mean, I'm just gonna chicken bone them. That's what it's gonna be about.
Yeah.
But yeah, my hope though for weapons is that they get more skills. Like you're saying, the axe needs the most love. I think dual swords needs it too. Dual swords got some cool things, don't get me wrong, but it's like, well,
I really want that double-headed slice glitch to be fixed because I'm so stuck with Kasha on everything, which is like a movement speed buff that I have on like all the fucking time, and it makes me like because I feel like double-headed slice. I like ultimate Sign of the Cross. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, it's all good.
But yeah, I love Ultimate Sign of the Cross and Double-Headed Slice. I feel like they both pair together very well. Dual Dragons is cool too, but just that slow down a Double-Headed Slice could totally.
Oh yeah, that really hurts. It's like, come on,
I don't
man.
want to play duels right now. You know, Earthly Flow I think was the biggest hit for dual swords to me. If they fixed Earthly Flow, that made it like Nioh 1, I'd play duels more. It was just so much fun.
It is. I've been using. Oh, I really want to mess with it too. For the time being, I've just been messing with Demon Thrust because it even functions against burst attacks. Whereas Earthly Flow, it won't register. And I'm like, seriously, man, that sucks.
Yeah, I never considered using Demon Thrust until I saw it used in Nioh 1 PvP. It's actually like pretty damn useful as a block parry, you know?
Right. And you can like follow up with mid-stance attacks. It's nice. It's just like I only use it because I can't use Earthly Flow, and Earthly Flow is just so gorgeous to be able to pull off.
You know, I just don't understand it because like Earthly Flow is not OP. Nobody was one-shotting shit with Earthly Flow. Nobody was barely using Earthly Flow. You know what I mean?
It's really hard to use too.
Yeah, and you really didn't get much reward from it other than it just looked cool as fuck. And now it's like, well, I mean, the whole thing was, if you guys don't know, is that you can literally Earthly Flow everything, Yokai, boss attacks, anything that was like close enough. You know what I mean? And like since Earthly Flow moved you a little bit to the side, you kind of needed an attack that hits you in that direction as well or whatever. But for the most part, you can Earthly Flow anything in Nioh 1, and Nioh 2 is just not the case, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, it just doesn't work against burst attacks, and since that's such a core component of the game, it's pretty much just like not worth using right now.
Has kind of been filling that hole for me, the one on the Switchglaive. You can pair it a bit with that one, but man, Earthly Flow is so good.
I swapped out Windswept. I originally was using Windswept, which was the new Switchglaive ability for anyone who doesn't know. I was using it, but I'm like, in all honesty, I hardly use this thing. Like, it just...
Me, it was, I used Divine Retribution, the one where you spin the Switchglaive around your neck, and I feel like that's just a better Windswept, you know? Like, it's...
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about Empty Retribution, the blender, right?
Yeah. The one, not the one where you jump over people.
That's the one that I use. I loved using Divine Retribution, man.
I'm so conflicted between the two because they're both so badass. Like I love both of them. But
they are.
To me, like empty, right, is the one I use.
Yeah.
It's just like the key damage, and I like staying like right. The pressure on it is just so good. You know, like you stay right in front of me. Plus, I love weapon flex switching into it. You know, like,
yeah, it's so good. It's such a blender of an attack, and I see it used all the time. I'm like, yeah, I wish I could use it, but for me, it's all about the style and the air time. I've used Divine Retribution, as you know, to do so many stupid things.
If I was to use Divine Retribution, I think I'd use Windswept as well. I think it's like that's a good. To me, they're almost the same move. You know, Windswept's just a little slower, but it serves the same purpose. It's just fucking crowd control in a way, you know, and good key damage.
I've gone back to just Reprisal to just like have an option. It's nice.
Just Reprisal is just fun for me. I like the quicker parries too. It's a very reactive timing.
I think it has haste timing more or less, so it's pretty intuitive. It's like, all right, you think the attack's gonna hit you, just throw it out, and then it'll line up pretty easily. Yeah. So I'll use that. You can like go into low stance and do a bunch of low stance stuff. Go to there's so much you can do with the Switchglaive. I think it's a fantastic weapon.
I just wish I
wonder what else.
Running attacks. I think that's my complaint with both the split staff and the Switchglaive. Just running attacks. I think that's why I love the hatchet so much right now. It's because they actually have good running attacks.
They do, and not to mention like those really sneaky sheath tech like evasion attacks. They're like they're so cool. Like I've been messing with them a lot lately, and it's like, dude, this speeds up this weapon so damn much. It's insane. Yeah,
it's so much fun. I love the hatchets. I think they're definitely some of my favorite weapons right now.
They're a lot of fun. I remember I didn't like them at first, mostly just because I was bad with them. But I was like, well, they're
definitely weird compared to other weapons. I feel like
they're unique, and that's what makes them great. It's like they do things that no other weapon can do, and they have a unique playstyle. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding of the hatchet's playstyle is very much like a hit and run sort of thing. Like you can do a lot of punishment up close, but you can also keep your target at distance when you want to. So it's kind of like you go back and forth in between those two things.
Yeah, it's like a very multi-purpose weapon. You know, if you need to get like up close and personal, you can. Like there's some pretty quick, like your light stance attacks are pretty quick. The running attacks are great for that, right? If you have a good running attack, you can just run in and do one and get a quick stagger, follow up with like a fucking demon undercut or something, you know? At least if you're fighting humans, but then you also have the range, and like Deadly Spiral alone is like makes that weapon good for crowd control too. If you have multiple,
I love this ability, man. It's so satisfying.
It just covers all the bases. You know, the hatchets are really good against just about like every enemy in the game.
Oh yeah, and it's also nice when you can like sync certain attacks up. Like when you throw a hatchet up in the air, what is it, Eagle's Shadow, I think?
Yeah, I love Eagle's Shadow.
You throw that up, and then like you go in for like a let's see, like a demon undercut, and they both hit at the same time, or
So you could
like,
even
you throw it up.
attack and sort of swap weapon and like do a sheath attack. You know, there's so much. There's so many
There's so
options.
much you can, so much you can do with it, and it's so cool.
I used to like
And
doing Eagle Shadow into the Skeleton Warrior cores, so they get shot, and then the thing falls from down above, or the Eagle Shadow falls from above too after they get shot.
dude, yeah, so many different cool things. It's just so aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
Or even abilities like biting hail. You got like, hey, you got like a dodge attack type thing. It's like built in. I'm like, yeah, that's actually really cool.
I really like
that I have
advanced
that.
form as well. Once I found out that you don't have to be sprinting to use it, you could just be moving left or right, and it makes it like an evasive attack almost. You know, like you can literally
Yeah. It's really cool to
strafe
do it
off
that
things.
way.
Plus, it deletes Umes and Kurokas. Oh my god! No, you don't have to worry about backdashing enemies with the hatchets, which is amazing.
Yeah, you got Dragonfly, Advancing Storm is pretty much all you need to do.
That's the thing
Freaking
too.
hate those backdashers.
I think that's the finals, like, cherry on the top for the hatchets is that you have shit like Dragonfly and Chain Hurl. That's just troll. It's just trolling enemies. You're like, haha, you can't
Chain
move.
Hurl, I
How
know.
you stagger to death. Like, it's great. The weapon has it all for me. I love the hatchets. They're fantastic.
They're a great weapon. I'm really happy that they made it into the game. And I'm glad I gave them a chance instead of just early like dismissing them. There's so much flexibility with them. Yes, they're difficult to understand, difficult to work with, but man, once you kind of get in the groove of how they work, they are beast. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when you start doing stuff like, as you said, like the sheet swaps. Like, it's pretty satisfying to do. Let's see, Boulder Breaker. To create some quick distance. And then, like, what I'll do is I'll sequence that right away into a Tiger Sprint to just, like, go right back in or something. It feels great. And on top of that, if you can do it with, like, an enemy who's lunging at you and you time Boulder Breaker so you, like, move back and then they miss and then you can go with another attack. It feels so damn good.
Yeah, definitely. So, I noticed with the claws, they seem to have, like, some type of red and green buffs going on. Do you know much about those?
I don't. I think speculation about that seems to be about almost like stance-specific potential power spikes or boosts or something. Like, I saw in some of the demo footage or the footage that they had from IGN Japan, the one that they had at Tokyo Game Show, it almost seemed like you get a bunch of stacks similar to Benzai 10s, and then it's almost like a surge of explosive power or something. It was unclear because, of course, it was all in Japanese. But I don't know how it's going to work out.
I just really like how unique they're getting with each weapon. I mean, I think I was going to say that earlier too, is like, I feel like no matter what weapon Team Ninja puts out, I'm going to take the time to learn them because they really know what the fuck they're doing, man. Like, they're all so great. Like, even Split Staff is so unique to anything else we've ever seen in Nioh, right? Literally every move on the Split Staff has a charge version. That's like no other attack really has like a charge version.
Even
like
the flash attack, you can extend. I was like, what?
I think
They thought of that?
Really got me that I was surprised. It was the jumping attack too, where you can jump over enemies if you hold X. That one explodes too. And I was like, literally everything, dude. Everything on the Split Staff has a charge attack, And now they're bringing the claws with all these buffs and shit too. It's like, oh my god, they're really outdoing. Like, Team Ninja is just growing and growing. I feel like they've shown nothing but progression between Nioh 1 and Nioh 2.
Oh yeah, it's evident.
And
that's why anytime I hear someone say Nioh 1.5, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I feel like the maps got like better, the music got better, the story got better, on top of the gameplay getting better. I mean, we all have our gripes with key and all this kind of stuff, but ultimately there's Nioh 1 is still here with just a shit ton more added onto it,
Oh yeah, this is like the definitive sequel. It's not like, oh hey, it's just Nioh 1 copy paste. It's like, yo, this is like a whole extra dimension of gameplay. A whole bunch of stuff. It's so much more.
Nioh 1 just had such a great foundation. I'm glad they didn't try to start all over with Nioh 2. They definitely went in the right direction. Like, they just kept getting better at what they did, I feel like. They just took the system that they had and they just got better and better with it.
Oh, I totally agree. And again, it shows in how they've made, by the time DLC 2 comes out, which I can't believe is in 2 weeks. Holy cow.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm really excited for those claws, man.
The thing about this, they've added by DLC 2, they'll have added 4 new weapons to the game, and none of them feel like they're stepping on the toes of the other weapons, and they don't feel shitty.
Nope.
They're all good. Once you understand how they work, they're all good and they're all unique. I'm like, yeah, like I use each weapon for different reasons. They all have unique strengths and weaknesses.
They all have like creativity in a way to them. To like, you don't necessarily play the Switchblade the same way I do, or we don't use the same skills like we were talking about earlier. Like they have like options, you know. That's fucking fantastic. Like,
I completely agree.
I think it was really
so
only the
good.
dual swords like in Nioh 1 that was like where everyone was literally running the same skills. I mean, pretty much every other weapon has some flexibility to it, but I'm glad they're like keeping up with it and it's not just becoming like they're obviously not rushing the weapons, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like they're putting time into every single one.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of thought put into these weapons. Like I was happy to see that split staff. I mean, if I'm gonna oversimplify it, it's an amalgamation of say lunar staff and flails from Ninja Gaiden, which basically just it feels like that, but it's just better than even just that, and it's made appropriate for a game like this. You don't have experience with Ninja Gaiden, do you?
I do not. I still have to play Ninja Gaiden, but I've heard lunar staff a lot with this split staff for sure.
So, I mean, I assume you know how nunchucks work, so that's what flails were like. But
Yeah.
lunar staff kind of had like, so in the later iterations of Ninja Gaiden, it kind of had, you could split off the ends a little bit for like extended combos to a certain degree. So kind of the way like split staff, but then combine that aspect with just what you'd expect nunchucks from, and that's what you got for split staff now. I mean, abilities like Dragon Dance are very much like, hey, this looks like a nunchuck type of ability, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
It's so cool. I mean, their creativity, like you said, is just almost knows no bounds, and I just want to see more of it because it's so awesome.
Yeah, I'm ready for Nioh 3 at this point.
Nioh 3, if they go that route. I think whatever future IPs they go for, I'm as long as they keep up the general gameplay formula, or just, I mean, whatever. As long as it's like this type of improvement, I'm all for it. Like, yeah, I'm definitely a fan. I mean, I don't even care what the story is going to be.
No, not at all. I just want to see where the combat goes, you know? What more buttons can I possibly press on this controller, Nioh?
Gotta get, like, what is that, like, back attachment for the PS4 or PS5 or whatever?
You need a Nioh Scuffed edition.
yeah, Nioh Scuffed. Start putting macros and shit on there.
Oh, God.
Dude, that'd be crazy. But I mean, they could still put in more bindings here and there, but I don't know how crazy they want to get. I don't know if they want to have like directional inputs in the same way that DMC does, or if that matters. It's really up to them. I don't think it's necessary, to be honest. They already got a few, but I don't think it's that necessary that they have like, okay, it matters which way you press the directional stick for a combo. I'm like, you could do that, but it might be a little bit excessive. But
I feel like they still have like plenty of buttons to press, especially now that they're adding key pulse moves and all. I mean, we still have L1 square and triangle alone on every stance that really doesn't get used with every weapon, you know, like only certain stances use one or the other. Some stances use both, but you know, I think split staff was one of the first I noticed that I think every stance has a L1 square and a L1 triangle. Right?
Yeah. It does. So it's like, well, this is kind of the formula I'd like for every weapon, more or less. It's the very least something.
Yeah,
but
like fill up all the spots. But obviously they have open spots on some of these weapons still, for sure.
Right.
I mean, like hold triangle, hold square, end triangle, end square. You know, there's definitely so many options they already have to play with. They seem to struggle already filling up all these slots.
I know, but what's cool is that they had new ways to work with abilities with things like triple threat, which I think is an amazing ability. It's like, all right, you got to press triangle up to 3 times and you do it in certain ways and you get different results. I'm like, that's really cool. It's a much more engaged mechanic to use when it comes to your abilities. I'm like, yeah, I want more stuff like this. This is sick.
Yeah, I love the stance dancing mechanics of the Switchblade as well. I thought that was so cool when that first came out, because we used to kind of do that on the regular anyways, you know, swap stances in between dodges or like attacks just to get ready for the next attack or whatever. And Switchblade straight up made it a skill, like something incorporated into the weapon, which was really cool.
Right. So it even lends to the idea that the stuff that we thought was tech is quite almost deliberately intended.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's like,
I thought that
here
was
you
really
go.
cool. It was almost like they're like paying attention to how we played, or if anything, this is how they wanted us to play all along.
Yeah, and it's really cool. I mean, they didn't take it out. If they had an issue with it, they would have patched it. But
Yeah, exactly.
it's certainly not an issue to them whatsoever. They're like, oh, hey, player creativity from the byproduct of whatever. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, especially with the spear, man. There's so much stance dancing going on. That shit. I think when I first started playing the spear in Nioh is when I really like opened up to how much is possible with just stance switching. Like it's not just on key pulse and stuff like that. Especially, I think spear is so different with the key pulse moves. Like you do any attack in any stance, and then end in high
Yeah.
stance, or end in low stance, and get that attack off.
Oh
But
yeah, you can get Spear Flourish off when you want. You can do Rainbow Ruse when you want. I'm like, dude, this is sick.
to make the whole weapon out of it was so cool to me when that first came out, man. I thought it was so dope.
It is dope, and now you can kind of even do that with the split staff with whatchamacallit. It's the low stance thing, which is called Darting Cloud, which it might seem similar to Rainbow Ruse, but like you can extend the distance you move away too. I'm like, this.
Yeah, and you can hold it as well, right? Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hold
It
it,
makes
like,
it so good.
short jump or the high jump or the far jump or whatever.
Right, and even in just the Mystic Arts, like just encourages so much flexibility. You can, I mean, for me, I don't really care about the damage stuff, like whatever. Like, yeah, Law of Lethality. Attacks that have their range extended now do more damage. I'm like, well, I'll just take the one that does more hits because I like doing more hits.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
even with just that, it's changed, like, how you evaluate certain weapon abilities changes so much based on which Mystic Art you use. Like, for example, Side Splitter on low stance is insane with additional hits. Like, you extend the extra hits, it's just beast. Or if you do Shin Crusher in low stance with the extra hits. Yeah, if you do the extended, even just you do Shin Crusher 1 and you extend it, so you do a bunch of hits, it like deletes a ton of ki. So
I always do like the extended first hit, and then I just tap for the second hit. I think it's how I usually
same here.
Because I
so
just like
good.
the way it spins in place. That shit's so cool.
It's so good. Or even like the different square unders. Like at first it took me some time to understand the difference between the three versions. Like it depends if you're in high stance, mid stance, or low stance. It's like, well, here's how it goes. High stance has the extended range, low stance has the extended hits, mid stance kind of has a mix of both. But it's like, it's cool. There's flexibility with that.
Yeah,
I like that. I like when the game just encourages me to try a bunch of different things, and I just hope that continues.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm really excited for the claws, especially with all these buffs and stuff like that. I really wonder how they're going to play out, because I'm sure it's probably going to be a mix of skills that give us buffs and then skills that activate off the buff or something, if I had to bet. So I wonder if we're going to get some really powerful moves with the claws,
Dude, there were some satisfying moves from the claws. Did you see the grapple? I'm like, oh, that was so sick. Like 50 different like punctures, and I'm like, hell yeah. Or like,
I love
quick like charged move. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, I just love quick weapons, and like the claws look perfect.
You saw the footage, right?
Yeah. I stayed up for that shit.
I went to bed, and then when I woke up, I'm like, yo, Sacred Force uploaded a video of it, and like right away, I'm like, dude, you stayed up for this? And he's like, yeah.
And we stayed on like I was like chilling in the Nioh Discord, and they were just like they showed like a whole trailer of just regular Nioh 2, and they were talking about regular Nioh 2 for a bit, to the point where I was like, oh, they're not gonna show shit. And they're like, oh, here's some gameplay, and boom, this guy comes out with the claws. I was like, I'm awake.
He's like, oh shit, it's so hard.
Oh,
just keep doing more of that, man. Keep doing more of that, Koei Tecmo Team Ninja. That's all we want. Like the player that they even had on the showcase, I'm like, this is good. This is what I want to see, man.
Right? Yeah, he was definitely like using as much as he could, at least, which is about as much as we can ask for.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is a good demo. I'm like, this is a reasonably good demo of what you can expect from probably most players if they start to practice various skills. I'm like, he's doing a good showcase. It's not somebody who's never played the game, doesn't know how to lock on or whatever, or just thinks it's a soul-like. I'm like, no, this is an informed player. I like this. So I hope stuff like that continues. Like, did you even, I'm sure you noticed this, but I was surprised that for the last hits on Benkei, he specifically went for a stylish finish. Like
really?
For each time,
I never watched it twice, dude. I only watched it that one night where I was pretty tired, but I still remember I do remember him doing well, for the most part.
He did that like charged move, which against enemies pretty much just like pushes them and punches them back, like sends them flying, which is awesome. And so he did that on Benkei, and nice. He was actually specifically going for that hit. The first time on the footage you saw from Sacred Force, he had to actually do like an attack after, but on the IGN Japan footage, he actually nailed it. I'm like, dude, nice. They know what I'm like, this is good. They know what they're going for.
He was
feeling it. He was showing it. I'm like, yeah, this is a great way to showcase the game. Nice to have that, and I really hope stuff like that continues, because man, it made the claws look so damn good. I'm like, look at this way he's playing. Oh shit, I want to know what this high stance attack is, this kick here. Like, it was just full on nerdgasm. Yeah, I'm like, this is good. I'm like, this generates hype.
And to be honest, I expected like the 15-30 second trailer or something, where they might show us like a move or two in some stylish camera like angle, you know what I mean? I wasn't expecting 8 minutes of gameplay on the fucking weapon. That was sweet.
In a scroll too.
Yeah, that show was really cool. I think they did great.
Was. That was good. I just hope that they continue this trend. If they reach out to players that they feel are appropriate, or even just showcase players that they think they're appropriate, just whatever, more stuff like this is great. I hope they release the DLC 2 like actual story trailer or whatever, like sooner, like at least a week or something. That'd be great.
I've seen what I need to see, man. I'm fucking ready, dude.
Well, I know you and I are ready. I'm like, yo, I don't give a shit. I've already seen what I need to see. I'm fucking playing claws.
Yeah, dude, I'll be streaming it day one for sure, dude. I'll be there, man.
Oh yeah, when I pop my stream on, what is it? I think it comes out. It's on the 15th, right?
Shit.
I think it's the third. I think it's either the 14th or the 15th. I think for me it's the 15th. Which I'm not mistaken is a Thursday. Let me see. I think it's a Thursday. Yeah, for me, if it comes out the 14th, that's a Wednesday. And then Thursday is the 15th. So either way, I'll just be streaming that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm so hype. I'll definitely be playing claws. And did you see they had like a bunch of moves it definitely looked pretty packed in terms of the amount of moves that it had.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think
all
so.
All the different bindings.
To me, like, normals are so important. What I mean by normals are just like quick attacks, strong attacks, evasion attacks, running attacks, like those, just like the foundations of every weapon. They have to be good, and they already look pretty fleshed out on the claws. Like, I was liking what I was seeing a lot. Like, they look so just like fluid in a way.
Yeah,
it just flow to each attack like so well.
Yeah, can you imagine once we get to the lab and get a bunch of shit at time in there? It can be some really sick stuff that we can do.
Might be time for some combo meds, man.
Dude, you know it. I'm trying. I think what we're gonna do in the Discord is we're gonna try to get a combo mat to hype up the DLC, and then we're gonna do like claw version of combo mat like as soon as it drops.
Yeah, I'm sure every single one of us is gonna want to play that weapon.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the new toy, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to play it, trying to figure stuff out.
Hell yeah!
So it's gonna be a real good time.
Those buffs, I can't wait. It's crazy,
dude. It's 2 weeks. I want it now.
It's crazy, man.
It's too crazy. Let's see what else is coming with DLC 2. Some of the stuff is not really a surprise. I mean, ultimately the claws wasn't that much of a surprise to me, but yeah, and I was like, yeah, I expected this weapon, but I was just like, hey, it's naturally what I expected, which is a much better version than what I could have possibly thought of. It's like, it looks so good, it looks so sick.
Yeah,
so they got that. They got the new Guardian Spirits. Again, the speculation is that my speculation is that we're gonna have corrupted Guardian Spirits since we got purity-based Guardian Spirits, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely seems fair.
They're gonna add more magic, more ninjutsu, which I didn't actually expect. I thought they're kind of capped out on that.
It's like official.
Yeah, it's official. Here's what's
Okay,
official.
okay.
So some of this is no surprise. So obviously new missions,
Yeah.
new guardian spirits. Again, the corrupted type is not official, but it's my
It's
speculation.
speculation. Yeah, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
to me,
So new guardian spirits, new yokai abilities, new magic, new ninjutsu, new active skills, and a new rarity and new difficulty. So we're gonna get ethereals. We'll get Dream of the Wise difficulty, which means hopefully it'll follow in the same spirit that we had in the first Nioh, which was Wise difficulty completely changes the foundation of the game in that normal enemies get new moves.
Yeah.
In the same way that on Demon difficulty, bosses got new moves and different burst attacks as well, and different burst counter timings, which I thought was absolutely awesome. You know, like with Magura's like 7-hit flurry with his 2 Odachi things.
yeah,
That's just like a normal attack now, and it's like, shit, they know what they're doing, man.
because I always wanted to demon dance that move, but like the second I see the red, it's just like I'm wired to burst attack, so it's just so hard to actually like get started even with like dodging that move. But now it's like, okay, now I can play around with Magura a little bit. It's a lot of fun.
Dude, I just straight up dodge it. I don't even demon dance it. I straight up dodge it.
I try to demon dance it. It's too much because it reminds me of Date Shigasane. Yeah, you know what I mean, man.
I know what you mean. Just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, that's so fun. The good old 6-hit flurry. Now we got Magura. He's like, yo, man, Shigazane, shut the fuck up. I got a 7-hit flurry. And I do it in different directions. It's not the same direction twice. Because it's like this weird, like left, right, left or something. It's like it's not just like, hey, dodge back and forth easily. It's like, no, you gotta actually
timing of
pay
it too.
attention.
It feels like a lot like Shigazai. It's kind of like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what I mean? Like you gotta hit that 2, 3, man. That's so crucial.
It's a lot of fun. It's definitely like, it's a good direction that they've taken with things like on Demon difficulty. It's like, okay, they've generally made the game harder, or they've made it so that burst counters have to be actually intelligently done. Like with Maeda, for example, when he does his living weapon piercing rain, I've seen feral counter on it recently. I haven't done phantom on it, but I usually use brute. So he will only be burst counterable pretty much at the end of the animation. So you have to like specifically time it. And so that makes it so it's like, all right, now you're rewarding us for doing something a bit more intelligently. I'm like, that's great. Whereas,
definitely.
you know, in your difficulties, just like as you said with Maguras, for example, it's just like, yeah, just shut it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's not fun.
You see red and blam.
Yeah. See red and smash.
But I was gonna say, I think one of the downsides for Dream of the Demon was 0 enemy placement changes. You know, I kind of
agree.
some of those in Wise. I mean, the new bosses were great. I think there was, I mean, not new bosses, but the new DLC bosses were fantastic. But I mean, like the new boss moves that they added to all the old bosses, I thought was very refreshing. Like you said, like not knowing what attack's gonna be this attack and what isn't, at least for the first time going through Dream of the Demon, is a lot of fun. It's very refreshing. So I'm sure we'll get some of that in Way of the Wise. But I definitely want to see enemy placements. I want to see him slap some new Peppos. I don't want to see crabs, but they're probably going to slap crabs everywhere too. Like throw some of those DLC enemies around, you know?
Yeah, I was hoping for that on Demon, that we would get, you know, as you said, just some of the DLC enemies and some of the earlier missions too. That would have been really nice.
Karaoke,
but I was
I
like,
think are really cool. I love the
I love the Karaoke's, man. I'm
not
like,
Enkis.
yeah, not Enkis, right? Even they say they may look like an Enki, but they're not an Enki. I'm like, they're an Enki. We know they're an Enki. We got you. It's all good.
It's an imposter Enki is what it is.
Yeah. This is Among Us stream now. This game is it's an imposter.
Inject him. Inject that Enki.
Put him in a space, man. Toss him out the airlock.
Yeah. That's what we do to fake Enkis, man.
Yeah, it's a Cylon, if anyone's seen Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, but they're great. I love how I don't know if it's intentional. I know there's at least been speculation about this, but it's like they see the item cancels, and they're basically making item cancel enemies. First with Saito Toshimitsu, now Kiryokis, man.
I guess that's true. Yeah, man. That is very true.
I still don't think they intended. I still don't think they intended the item cancels, man. But they're probably gonna stay.
No, I don't think that was intended either.
But I think they're gonna
Going
stay.
crazy.
If they wanted to get rid of it, I think they would have by now.
Yeah. Yeah, RIP Kusa Tech, man. I feel like I think that's the one where they hit us the hardest. They're just like, we can't have this. This is, I knew it from the beginning. It's not intended from how janky it was working. You know, like you literally don't even have to have Mad Spinner learned, and you can do Kusa in the Mad Spinner. Like that's not intended.
But you do know why. Again, this is an assumption, but you do know why that got patched, right?
No, I do.
Really? Okay, so here's my understanding of how they will patch things. So they don't really give a shit about all the extra tech unless it breaks the game, as in it causes major game-breaking bugs or ruins people's experiences. So most likely what happened is... So you know how with the Kusa pulls, you can switch to sword and you'll do the Yamato no Orochi thing?
Yeah. We bullied people.
Exactly. So I'm sure there were enough complaints about how it just destroyed people's games, and like, we gotta fix that. And so as a result, Kusa Mad Spinner also, just as a byproduct of that fix, got sonked.
I officially blame BSG. He's the one who is having.
Dude, I blame Zelod, man. Zelod was doing that. I remember I saw the clip. He's like, "What the hell is this?" And it just like his character looks so small, and he's doing all like an umibozu. I'm like, "What the shit is this?"
Game, I saw BSG co-op it with somebody else. He's just like, "I'm sorry, man." Just,
it was so stupid.
Camera, dude. Oh, whoops! Sorry, bumped my table. But he was always just like, "I apologize, but I have to do it."
It's so bad. But it follows, like, if you just see, hey, the company goes for game-breaking stuff like that, then it kind of makes sense. It's kind of the same way in which
you put that makes a lot of sense to me too, because it's like they can't just fix one, and I'm sure the rest of it be fine. I'm sure it was such a big problem they had to just fix all of it, you know.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same way with what we called Ultimate Raijin, which was just 2 Raijins back to back. It wasn't the fact that you could do 2 of them back to back, which was the problem. It was players sometimes would do Raijin, but then use Ki, but do nothing at the same time. It was such a problem, and it is a pretty big problem. Then they addressed that, which, as a byproduct, addressed what we call Ultimate Raijin. I still hope they just bring an actual skill called Ultimate Raijin. Right? That'd be pretty nice.
Cool. It still kind of irks me the wrong way, though, because one of the homies in chat, Lyuda, went back to Nioh 1 and tested Ultimate Raijin, and it's in the game. So Ultimate Raijin has been in Nioh 1 for 3-4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing happened to it. And then we started around with it for just a couple days, and like a week later, it's fucking done. You know, like
I know. Sad times, right?
I feel like we brought it to light in some way or fashion. But I mean, the way you explain it getting patched out, it definitely makes sense to me, you know?
Because if you look even at the recent patches, it's all kind of been the same thing. They addressed the things that kind of ruined the game for everybody. I know some people are pissed off about the Kodama Bazaar or whatever. I'm like, well, come on. Getting like tip-top perfect loot kind of cheapens the game experience for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And the funny thing is, which I do say in my build videos, like, you don't really need top-tier equipment to adequately get through the game. Like,
not
you
at
just
all.
don't.
I mean,
like, not even remotely.
Like, I know people have done the complete extreme of level 1, no elixirs, no armor, and I'm not saying that you have to play like that, but it's proven fact that you don't have to have strong equipment to beat the game at all. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't even have to level up.
Yeah, the game's very skill-based for sure.
Right, and if basically, I can understand how builds, and I think that builds should help players not necessarily have to learn every technical aspect, but I think on the flip side, it also shouldn't negate, like, a build shouldn't negate you having to learn basic game mechanics. Like, if you can just, like, come on, stuff like Dragon Dance with Takemaru effectively nullify the need to play the game. I'm like, all right, I just spam like 2 things and I don't give a shit about anything else. Like, everything just gets deleted. Like, are you kidding me? There has to be a more meaningful way to engage.
It is so weird, right? Because like the whole game is like, how do I even put this? Like, there's so much combat and action going on, but at the same time, they obviously want us to die. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of like gimmicks and little enemy placements and ranged enemies, like just shit that they like they want us to die in some.
Oh, they want you to die. Yeah.
But it's like, this is what we enjoy, and like a lot of us know what we're getting into. I feel like sometimes people don't know what they're getting into, I guess, you know. But then having the one shots available is like, I don't know. What's the point of
It
them
just
trying
kind of
to-
goes against, in my mind, the philosophy of the game. And I think, I don't know if this is true. Maybe I misread this and I'm confusing this with other games, but I think it's like they enjoy the feeling. They want their players to kind of have that feeling of triumphing over something with just like barely getting by, like just barely getting life. Like, oh man, I beat that. It was so hard, but I managed to do it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like really satisfying when you beat a boss the first time and you just like barely win. And you're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I pulled that off. And you're like, I can't believe I did it.
Into like all these, I mean, like, it's fair to say Dark Souls is like one of the first action RPGs I got into. I know, whatever. But like, that was the thing, is like, you got to a boss, you got your ass kicked for a bit. Most people get pissed and quit. To me, I was like looking forward to getting that win. And when you do get that win, it feels good, man. And that's just like a repetitive cycle in these games. You just keep doing that. You get to the next.
Oh yeah, I never played any of the Souls, but it was the same thing with Bloodborne. It was like Father Gascon. It was like, man, it took me so long to beat him, but when I beat him, I'm like, yeah, I felt like I learned a lot in the game, and it felt like I had a good time overall going through with it. And it's just like, you know, with further enemies in the game, or like when the DLC, the Old Hunters, came out, and you fought like Orphan of Kos and Maria. It's just like so satisfying to meaningfully engage with them and then like beat them and learn them. And it's the same sort of thing that carries over to Nioh. When you learn a boss and you can beat it in a meaningful way, it's a lot of fun. And I know for you and I, when we start layering in like crazy skill stuff and being able to pull stuff off that you didn't think was possible, it's just like extra fun. And I think that's what keeps us coming to the game.
For sure. And then God, what was I even about to say?
You're talking about Dark Souls and the feeling and just how they make this game in general harder and stuff, and how one-shot builds. I think you were trying to say
I think
didn't necessarily have a purpose.
I was going to get it. It's just that like overall dying doesn't bother me too much either. You know, it's part of the process of learning in these games. I think that gets to people a lot. It's just dying a lot over and over and over again. They're just like, all right, I'm just going to one-shot everything. You know, that way I won't die anymore.
Right. I mean, I understand the appeal of just completely deleting your enemies. It's, again, fun like once, but after like I think you try it again, you're like, yeah, it's just not the same anymore. It's such a short-lived rush, so to speak.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, I do tell people all the time, if you're going to spend money on the game, you play it how you want. You know what I mean?
I agree. I totally agree.
It's definitely, if you're not having fun, what's the point of the game? You know what I mean? Like, not every game for everyone and all that good stuff, but...
Right, and Nioh does a good job of basically allowing the player to do whatever the hell they want. It's not like you have to do this. It's like, we recommend you do this, but there's certainly workarounds.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
But I think the one issue I've taken, many others share this as well in the Discord, and I'm sure you do too, is that when people feel that their way to play is the only way to play. And that was kind of... And that you should balance the game based around those expectations. So it's like... You know, with Puar Gaming's video, which was having issues with damage, where he felt like, hey, base damage needs to go up or something like that. I'm just paraphrasing. I don't really remember his video too much anymore. But it's just like, well, if you're complaining that, hey, a perfectly scaled character can only do 10% damage of a boss in one attack, I'm like, dude, that's still a ton. You're telling me if I do this attack 10 times, the boss dies? Are you kidding me?
Bro, you use level 1 weapons, man. I wish I could do 10% times, dude.
Dude, are you kidding me? I don't think I've ever, 10% of a boss's health with one skill? I'm like, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Are you crazy? I'm like, that's what I think the limit should be. And then, it's like, well, you got to do all this crazy damage with your builds. I can do 80% if I use all this. I'm like, yeah, that's way too high in my opinion, man. Are you kidding me?
I feel like ultimately the fight should last as long as the enemy's moveset. If the boss has a pretty detailed, like going in and out of Dark Realm, and they might have like different burst attack. Like you should be able to see everything a boss has in a single fight. I feel like that's how long it should be at least. It shouldn't just get deleted in 10 hits.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, if we look at FromSoft titles, I think what's the longest amount of time you spent fighting a boss in a battle? Not like how long it took for you to learn, but like when you beat the boss, how long was the winning run? Was it like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or something like that?
Around there, easy. I mean, upgrading weapons and all that shit in Souls too, fights never went above like 10, 15 minutes. It never got that. Like Dream of the Demon fights can get up to 10 minutes already. I feel like Souls never really gets that. I mean, I guess there's some like DLC dragons and shit that might have a shit ton of health, you know, because they're fucking dragons. But
Right.
for the most part, I think most fights are like 5 to 7 minutes long-ish, I think.
Right. Just if you play traditionally. And that's kind of my experience too. Of course, if you were a super skillful player, you could probably take that down to like 2-3 minutes and whatnot. Or if you had a really crazy powerful character, you could get that down the same amount. But I always felt like, well, what's the amount of time you'd want your players to spend? And I'm like, my guess would be anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes. 3 if they're really, really good. 5 if they, you know, on average, and then 7 for like 7 to 10 if they're taking a long time or something. Just something in that margin.
Yeah.
But it's like people complaining that, hey, I can't kill a boss in 30 seconds. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's like overkill for sure. It's a boss, you know? You literally worked your entire way through a map to get to this guy. He's a boss for a reason.
Right. And again, I think one other issue that I've seen at large is that sometimes people will attribute certain things of Nioh to indicate that it means it's that type of game. So for example, it has the RPG mechanics of games like Diablo, Path of Exile, and other looters and whatnot. But just because it has those elements doesn't mean it's like those games, and it shouldn't be viewed as those games. Games like Path of Exile and Diablo are pretty like standard builds where it's like you basically play around one very specific style and you stick to that. Path of Exile I have a bit more experience with recently as opposed to Diablo.
Yeah.
But Path of Exile, it's like you are almost entirely devoted to one major skill the entire time.
That's
and
what
so
it
if
looked
you
like. I only played a little bit of Path of Exile. That's what it definitely looked like.
It's fun, but you don't have that much freedom in that game. It's just like you make if you want to have a different build, you seriously make another character.
Yeah, and plus there's
That's
a crazy amount of skills in that game too, right? But you pretty much have to like, if you want to build, you got to like focus one in particular.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. But if you take that mentality of that game and put it into here, it's just not going to translate as well.
Yeah.
Nioh's foundation is not rooted in, at least in my view, is not rooted in RPG mechanics or what we might call Souls-like mechanics. It's taking things that I guess are considered popular and then mixing them all together, but having this new sort of thing out of it. It doesn't fit into like any one genre.
I honestly agree. I've always thought Nioh is a very unique game, like a blend of all these games, and to become something new. It's hard for me to compare. It's always been hard for me to compare Nioh to Souls and other action RPGs in general. It's just such a gem on its own, man. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it really is.
Because I do like the whole looting system of Nioh compared to Souls, where it's like, how do I explain it? Like, there's just set items, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like not like RNG loot on the ground. You never know what you're gonna get next in Nioh, you know what I mean? And in Dark Souls, once you play the game once or twice, you know where everything is. There's no like RNG in that aspect. A weapon's always in a certain place, you know what I mean? But
right,
like,
not nearly as much customization either. And
Nioh, with like all the stats you get to play with, there's so much fun in them. You could really do some silly things with the builds, you know? Like,
I mean, you can even do a unlimited Scampus build now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's actually a thing.
Yeah, exactly. I remember ABC breaking the game with he would just plant Oasis. He plants so many Oasis talismans on the ground and crash the game or something.
Oh my god!
Back in Nioh 1, you know, it's just so you can push the game so far in silly ways. You know, it's definitely fun. I could definitely see the fun in it. But on top of that, like the action and the combat in this game, it's just one of a kind, man. The fast-paced nature of this game, I feel like it's unparalleled. There's no game that moves as fast as Nioh. It's too good.
I mean, I think games like Ninja Gaiden and Devil May Cry might disagree with you there.
I haven't played Ninja Gaiden. Devil May Cry is pretty up there too. But I mean, like, compared to Souls, I guess, and all that.
Oh, well, yeah, that much, yeah. I mean, for its type as considered a massacre, which is insanely punishing, it's certainly very unique. I mean, it's very different from games like Ninja Gaiden, which I know you don't have experience with, but Ninja Gaiden is just like your traditional action game, and it's really difficult, but you very much can be like, yeah, this is kind of like, you can say, hey, it feels similar to God of War, but it's like crazier and more difficult because, yeah, you unlock skills by getting weapon upgrades and being able to do certain things. So it has that very traditional feel to it. But Nioh is just like, yo, here's a ton more freedom and do whatever the hell you want. And it's really hard, but it's also really cool. And there's like 500 things that go into it, and the fact that they've balanced so much overall and then expanded upon it for the sequel that Nioh 2 is, it's like that is a massive undertaking. So mad props to the dev team for that. That could not have been easy. And you know, they're still able to pull surprises, whether it comes to new weapons or new skills. Like, you know, the skill that still surprises me, even though it's been over 2 months, is the samurai skill, Sacred Bird Cry. Like, it fits so well into this game.
And it's like that skill too.
I was like, wait, unlockable samurai skill? Like, you know, in hindsight, it should have been
wanted
obvious.
a way to use the Sohaya blade, so I'm glad they did it in a way.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, if this opens up so many things, like if you're going to have an unlockable samurai skill, does that mean there's going to be unlockable shifling skills? Like, that would be pretty sick, and that's what I hope for.
That definitely would be sick, man. The shifling could use, like, the one skill is not enough. They need more, for sure.
It'd be dope. That's what I want, man. So it's like the new stuff that they've put into the game, I think all of it. I've loved all of it. Like every single thing that they've added. I'm not like, oh, I hated this thing that they added. Only contentions I've had have been things that I feel they've changed, but again, new things that they've added to the game have all been good.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like I said, I think they've steadily been getting better at what they do, like legitly. I think they're improving every day.
Oh yeah, and I think we'll get a good taste when DLC 2 comes out and when DLC 3 comes out. Like, dude, this is an exciting time, man. Yeah. I'm so happy the DLC 2 is coming out in
I really wasn't expecting
2 weeks. I thought it would come out in like December or something or November, and they're like October 15th. I'm like, I mean, what? Like 3 weeks from now?
At this point, we can expect DLC 3 by like December, January. I feel like, like end of December, early January. That'd be crazy. I'm ready for Way of the Nioh. That's all I know. Ready for Way of the Nioh and some Abyss and all that good stuff.
Dude, I am too. Dude, you want to go beat up Imagawa?
Yeah, let's go do this, huh?
Let's go do this. I'm getting my thick build, man.
You playing with some
chicken bones?
Playing with level 1s?
Nah, I'm gonna smash him.
All right. Let's see what I got.
All right, what you got? I'm just. Oh, you got the Ippon hammer?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I need to go Ippon cosplay. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, wait, what did I get? Oh, yeah, I got the Karaoke Switchglaive. I got the smithing text for Karaoke Switchglaive. Yeah. All right, don't start just yet. I need to make sure my axe looks appropriate. So give me those 143 seconds to do so.
Oh, what? We're on a timer?
Yeah, because I, like a smart person. All right, I got my Ippon hammer look. I'm good. I'm totally good to go.
Yeah. Let's do this.
All right, let's do this. We got Ippon hammers, but I'm not using Ippon Soul Core.
By the way, how do you think a Ninja Gaiden 4, right? It'd be Ninja Gaiden 4 next. How do you think that would?
Yeah, before.
With
honestly,
like all that they've learned with Nioh and Nioh 2, how do you think it? You think it'd still be like old school? You know what I mean?
I think it'd be old school. I think they probably just want to move on from it.
I feel like that too. That's true.
I mean, Ninja Gaiden's cool. No one gives a shit about the story, but like his gameplay was great. But I think Nioh is a great spiritual successor to it. So I got no complaints.
I'd definitely rather see Nioh 3 than Ninja Gaiden 4, but if Ninja Gaiden 4 came out, I'd play the shit out of it, no doubt.
Tank. 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 Did you see this?
Oh, Yozuki, you know?
No, Onryoki, man.
Hey, hold up, mister. Thank you.
It's okay, I'll tank. You do fine.
Oh, what? Oh, shit.
It's okay, I got you, man.
Alright, let's try this again. Not this time.
Not this time, asshole.
Not this time. There we go. Oh, wait, I got the wrong buff on.
Which buff do you have on?
I think I have the defense one on. That lowers my movement speed.
Oh! Okay, go Rumbling Earth! Dude, the amount of range this ability has is so stupid. Oh my god.
It's battle.
It's just over here. So good. Oh my god. Ooh, you wanna get the scroll?
Oh, you guys scroll one? Oh lord. These guys are so tanky. Who's gonna be more tanky, you or him?
I don't know.
I guess me. Oh shit. It's gonna be dangerous, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Laughs and tank. Let's go! Do you see this? Alright, Demon Parade picture scroll. Alright, alright.
Oh shit.
Shit. Can't die to... No. Come back. No, hell no. Get back here, man. Dead. Alright, going furthest. Bam. This is...
Oh no.
No, no, man, I got this. I got this. I got another scroll. Are you kidding me? Is that everybody?
I think you murdered them all.
Did I murder them all with Rumbling Earth?
That was the easiest Imagawa diehard.
I know, man. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm coming.
It's okay. I'm coming.
Hey, calm down, sir.
Get out of here.
I hit him in the air.
Like, did you?
Yeah.
Keep hitting them. I only took 700 damage.
Jeez, dude. He like melted me.
Okay, I got the Dweller. Oh! Okay, I got Dweller. Go, go, go. Oh my god. Rumbling Earth! Oh!
What?
Are we chaining him? Alright, Rumbling Earth, here we go. Oh! Yoink! This is so good. Go Dweller, do your thing. Got the Kusa, oh shit.
Oh, oh.
Here.
Oh.
Dude, he's so... You can't do shit! Yo. Oh my god. Dude, he can't do anything! I took 1,200 damage from that, in total. Oh, come on, Imagawa. Oh, I wanted that chicken bone. This is so stupid. Okay, I took a little more damage there. But he runs out of key. You know I'm giving that chicken bone, right?
Oh. I fucked up.
Oh, my bad. Come on, Imagawa, what you got?
Oh! I can't believe I didn't get that. Oh, there you go.
Yes! Yo. Yo, where they at? Yo, where they going?
I don't have enough. Hold on. Where do I need the stones?
You need the stones, man. That's what you need.
I use this one for a million Amrita should do the job, right? Nope, apparently not.
You need more, man. You need more.
Really, it is not enough. There we go. Ooh. Where are they at?
Yo, where they at?
Yo, where are we going?
Yo, where we going? Where they hiding? Oh my god.
I think they're this way. I smell.
All right, let's go. Let's go. You see him? Let's get him.
Oh.
Yo, they want to get smashed?
Oh no, I'm just trying to collect some items.
Collect some items. Oh, they over there? All right, fuck them. God. It's all right. I got the chicken bone.
Yeah. We got the
that
Cloud
chicken
Crushers
bone.
as well, man. He got the disrespect.
Dude, he got all the disrespect. He couldn't do jack shit. I'm gonna see what scrolls I got, see if they're worth doing.
For sure.
But yeah, you saw I just like shrugged most of everything off.
Yeah, dude. Just
And the funny thing is,
rumbling
I'm using base 170s on 3 out of 5 heavy armor pieces.
God damn.
This isn't like plus 15, plus 20s remodeled. It's like basic shit. It's hilarious. All right, what did I get? Let's see what I got. Wait, I got 5? Why do I have 5? I got I got Gyuki from you, man.
Oh no.
I got Kashin Koji, I got Aquaman, and I got Red Kappa.
I think we gotta fight Gyuki, man. I think we gotta
fight. Yeah. We gotta do Gyuki. All right.
I'll bring it Rampage.
Oh my god. All right. So you're gonna set up a room then, or can you change it from here?
It's your scroll, right? Or do it?
Yes, but I actually got it from you.
You can run it. I'll join up on you.
All right. All right.
I have so many scrolls. I don't want to look through them.
So many scrolls. All right. I'm gonna create the room. Picture scroll mission. Just put to friends. All right. Specify mission. We're gonna do some Gyuki. Let's go. Oh my god.
Versus Gyuki.
Hey. No, man. No. There ain't no Poofy, man. Fuck that name.
I wasn't gonna do it, but I had to. Yeah.
You weren't gonna do it, but you were gonna do it. That's basically what just happened.
You wanted to fight Gyuki, man. You brought this on yourself, all right?
I brought this on myself.
Bring it back to memes, yo.
Yo, the memes. You're just gonna do Rampage, and I'm just gonna do Rumbling Earth. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's gonna be perfect.
But yeah, dude, you should totally try just stacking. Damage taken mid-attack. You shrug off like everything.
Yeah,
I got like 300 toughness. So it's like, oh, that's cute. You think that a wake-up attack's gonna stagger me? Nope, I'm gonna charge Rumbling Earth the entire time. It's hilarious.
Rumbling Earth already has like hyper armor out the ass as long as you don't get your key drained.
You good?
Yeah.
Let's go. Is this... Oh, this is just normal Gyuki. Oh, I took 2,000 damage. Ow. Alright, Rumbling Earth, let's go. Okay, I took 300 damage or something.
I got him.
Oh, he's out of key.
You see that key damage?
This is so dumb. Alright, Rumbling Earth, let's go. Ow. That kind of hurt because I stopped my attack. Dude, what is this? Alright, let's throw Onryoki. Let's go.
Oh no.
You know the funny thing is that attack is supposed to knock you down? It didn't knock me down. That's how ridiculous it is. Did you just run out of key again? Yeah, see that attack? It didn't knock you down.
There we go.
Gyuki, what's up, man? How you doing? You think you're tankier than me? You'd be wrong.
Oh, I missed.
Okay, you are tankier than me right now, but I'm just gonna stay right here.
Hold up. Oh, I keep missing. I get this.
Yeah, you know the thing about Rumbling Earth? It doesn't miss. Oh my god, how many times has he gone to Dark Realm? There you go. Boom. All right, you gonna do the honors? All yours, man.
The massive chicken bone.
I'll be a spectator to this glory. Yeah. Go way to it.
I did turn my thing off.
Dude, you're too alpha for the game.
Yuki! Fucking lumber chop that fool.
I just rumbling earth the entire time. That was too funny.
Dude, the rampage stagger is a bit fucking busted too, but it's pretty hard to land at least. Like the third hit only staggers.
Yeah, but it's so much key damage. When I was doing the whole key damage build or whatever that I was just mocked up, it's like, oh, Railman, yeah, let me just do Rampage and Gozuki. Yeah, like, you could do nothing.
Like, the bigger the Yokai, the easier the Rampage target, man. The Owl is my favorite Rampage target. Owl. He gets fucked up.
So good. So dumb. Good job, Yuki. All right, do I got a quick scroll? You want to do one more scroll, or are you good?
I'm game, dude. I'm game.
All right, I'll do one more. Let's see. Caution Koji. We're doing it.
All right, let's do it.
We're doing it. And I'm gonna use the same character. One skill build, guys. You don't need a one-shot build. You can use a one-skill build and just tank everything.
Easy.
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 Easy game, easy life. It's so fun though. If you use, I'm not even using things like Toto Clan or whatever. I could get like, if I really wanted to, I could probably have like 7,000 life or some crazy shit like that. Yeah, you play however you want. So I think we're dealing with Namahages and Dwellers and Spiders or some shit.
Yeah, I've been sticking with Toto since the beginning, honestly. I haven't swapped clans.
Shit. Actually, heal. Okay. Now I'm good. He did 2,000 damage. It kind of hurt. Alright, now I'm good. Rumbling Earth. Wake up attack, don't bother me no more. Boom, boom. And boom. And boom. Yeah, get out of here. What you got? What you got? You ain't got shit.
Damn archers.
It's okay. So I got this. Here, I'll take out this archer. Okay, one archer down. Alright, I'll deal with the other one.
Oh.
Don't worry, I got you.
There you go.
Go for that chicken bone. Break his horn. Rumbling Earth. Get knocked the fuck down. It's so dumb. Alright, I got the Namahage. Yeah, it's spiders and Namahage.
Oh, and then Koji at the end.
Yep. See, I just have to make sure to keep attacking, then I'm good. But I'll take significantly less damage when I do. Pop. Namahage. Namahage gone. Okay, I got you, man.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's okay, just in case. Alright.
Damn, a red one.
Yep. He's a demon after all. Why's he going for you, man? I'm the freaking tank. Let's go. Don't care. I'll take all the damage. Let's go, Dweller. Do your thing. Ooh, ow, that actually hurt. I gotta heal for once. Shit, I need to heal. Got him. Damn it, stop moving. Stop moving! Koji! Did I actually just tank all those hits? I think I did. Oh, seriously,
shit.
I might die here.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I'm gonna die here. No, I'm alive!
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
1 HP in a dream. Ow.
This is actually where I'm gonna need to start getting more defense. Got him.
Oh. Fuck it. Kasha. Go. Go, Kasha. There we go. Dude,
Oh,
you
good, I got this.
got no key. Still clone
All
up.
good.
Okay, okay. Oh.
I guess I do have to heal every so often. Oh no.
Yeah, it's just Koji, you know. Non-stop barrage of shit. Eventually you're gonna get whittled down. Oh shit. Exploded. Tempest.
He died.
Nice. Oh, there's no double fight? I guess.
Nope.
That makes sense.
Nope, it's just, yeah, they made it easier for scrolls. So he doesn't have the super revive. I mean, all things considered, this is like a super high level scroll, and I managed Koji overall without too much trouble. Like, yeah, I got lucky on occasion, but the funny part is I'm not even like really that geared well. Like, I'm using still Pit Viper's light armor pants, and then 3 level 170 heavy armor pieces.
Yeah,
just
that's
flat
solid,
170.
for sure. I mean, for me, for tankiness, I always just shot for a shit ton of HP, but that's actually really well done, man.
I have, how much defense does your character have?
Let me see. I only have like base 160 gear on though.
That probably will severely impact it then.
1760 defense.
Oh wow, you got like nothing then.
Yeah.
Okay, I got like 2300. My main character has like 3500.
Always like agility A though. I can't go above agility A. What agility?
Yeah. This character is agility B, but if I just go back, my normal character is agility A.
Yeah, I know you usually play agility A as well. But you know,
Yeah.
tank builds. I don't think there's many tank builds for agility A.
Yeah, you can do A agility, A toughness,
I
but
do
this
have
is
that.
300 toughness.
Yeah.
That was good fun, man. That was so silly.
Yeah,
Even
dude.
Koji more or less got handled.
Easy.
Whoa, I just realized, holy shit, this is a great scroll. So the one that wow, 12% active skill key damage, just flat?
Nice.
What
That's pretty crazy.
the hell? Well, I guess I gotta do this one a few times eventually.
Dude, I saw like unlimited Omeo 7.2%, which is pretty solid on one of them. Wonder how high
Yeah, that's pretty good. Dude, 12%.
Yeah.
It's just flat. And that's a locked thing, so anybody can get this. This is definitely one I'd have to reattempt. Because, let's see what my present one is. The present one I'm using is 11%, but that's not a locked stat. It has melee damage and melee attack key consumption, so I don't care about the 4% damage. But I do like the key consumption, so hopefully I can do that for the other. Holy shit, that's really... Damn. It's like really good. Anyway, that was good fun, man. It's been nearly 2 hours. But yeah, we talked a good amount.
Yeah, man. Time just kind of flew by there, yo.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, you got anything you want to say before I start doing all like the closing remarks and stuff?
I think I'm good, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to PooferLlama, man. He's almost to 1,000. Get the shit.
Yeah, man. Get me to 1,000 subs for the
dude.
meaningless
Smash that
monetization.
like button. Make sure
Yeah,
you
man.
comment how you feel.
You tell me how you feel. Get me to 1,000 subs, guys, so I can earn 5 cents on every YouTube video.
Let me see some poofies in the comments.
Yo, fuck that. Fuck all that. I am close to getting the 1,000 subs.
For real though,
so
yeah.
even if
The Poofer's been working very hard, man. He deserves it. He's very close. Make sure you guys go sub to this man. And also,
sub to me, because then what'll happen is I can start running ads about like Clorox bleach and shit.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, and get 5 cents. 5 cents per video, man. Excellent CPM ratio or whatever it is.
Wow.
Whatever that crap is.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
5 cents.
That's still
sub to Brahmallama, man, because he's the
I don't
alpha
do
llama.
anything on YouTube. I'm joking.
Dude, sub to him on Twitch. Pay him monies. He needs the pizza money, right?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
He needs that poofer kid money, lunch money.
With my Lunchables. I haven't been able to get Lunchables in the whole week, man. It's devastating.
Yo, remember the pizza Lunchables? That was good shit.
Hell yeah, man.
Dude, that was good shit. But all right.
That was like a mini flex. But
yeah, man.
Do your thing,
just
man.
like, yo, do my thing.
Do your thing. I'll shut up now.
Will you? No, you won't. We both know you won't. Shut up.
All right. I'm done. All right. I'm done.
Okay. I'll hold you to it for like 5 seconds. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Brahmallama, it's been a pleasure having you as a guest here. A lot of fun. We talked a lot of stuff. We're definitely hyped for the DLC 2, which drops on October, I think it's 15th. Basically 2 weeks. We get a new weapon, all this new shit. Definitely worth playing. It's going to be a great time. And I'm sure that now that they've been, I guess, caught up, the developers have been caught up with stuff, that we're going to see a lot more stuff. So stay tuned, stay excited. And why did I say I don't know why I said that shit. Whatever, just go watch Brahmallama. He's the alpha llama.
No, go watch Poofer.
See, I told you wouldn't shut up. Anyway. Oh. All right. Again, check out Brahmallama at Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Brahmallama. You're playing Doom Eternal now, right? You've been doing your Ultra Nightmare runs?
I've been still playing something. I've been all over the place, man. I'm playing all sorts of shit.
Yeah, he plays all sorts of shit, and it's good fun. Fall Guys, he's a Fall Guy connoisseur. He may not be good at it, but he's playing it.
Oh shit! I don't see you with any wins, Poofer. That's a lot of shit.
Yo, man, look. Yo, man, I have you don't lose any of the games you don't play, okay? So I've never lost.
Oh, man.
It's good fun. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. It's been a lot of fun. And to anybody who's watching, if you have any questions or you want us to discuss anything, whether my guests or me or whatever, just leave it in the comments and I can address them. Otherwise, as you can see, Brahmallama and I can talk about whatever. Anybody who's with me can talk about whatever. And if you're interested in doing podcasts, just hit me up on the Discord. The link to the Discord that I'm a part of is in the description, blah, 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 all that crap. So just hit me up there if you're interested. But thank you guys so much for watching. Brahmallama, once again, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, and we will see all of you next time. Take care and have a good night, or good morning, or good evening. I don't know. Just take care and have some fun, and see you on the flip side. See you guys. Peace.